The Amazon is a world of green, an immense living tapestry woven from countless shades of emerald, jade, and moss. Here the air is thick with moisture and the scent of earth and foliage is ever present, saturating every breath. It is the largest rainforest on our planet, a vast, living ocean of trees that stretches across 9 countries in South America. The sheer scale is staggering, over 5.5 million square kilometers, a realm so expansive it shapes weather patterns and influences climates far beyond its borders. From space, the Amazon appears as a colossal green heart pulsing with life. Its vastness is almost unfathomable, a living continent within a continent, its boundaries defined not by lines on a map, but by the reach of its roots and the flow of its rivers. This extraordinary forest is home to more species of plants and animals than any other place on Earth. Each layer of the jungle, from the shadowy understory to the sunlit canopy, harbors its own unique community, an intricate web of life, interconnected and interdependent. For every 10 living things we know of, one calls this place home, hidden among the leaves, gliding beneath the surface of winding rivers, or soaring through the saturated air. The Amazon is a sanctuary for the rare, the elusive, and the spectacular. This is not merely a collection of trees, but a living, breathing system. The forest inhales and exhales, its cycles of mist and rain shaping the very atmosphere. Every dawn, the jungle seems to awaken, exhaling clouds of vapor that drift skyward, nourishing the world beyond. This immense green expanse is often called the lungs of the earth, and for good reason. The Amazon's trees and plants are ceaseless workers, transforming sunlight, water, and air into the very oxygen that sustains life. Billions upon billions of leaves absorb sunlight and carbon dioxide, fueling a process that not only cools the planet, but also generates the oxygen we breathe. The Amazon's silent labor is a gift to all life on Earth. In return, the forest exhales oxygen, releasing it into the atmosphere in a continuous, invisible exchange. The air here is pure, charged with the scent of growth and renewal, a testament to the Amazon's vital role in sustaining the planet's balance. The Amazon absorbs vast quantities of carbon, locking it away in its trunks, roots, and soil. This natural reservoir helps stabilize the global climate, acting as a buffer against the rising tide of greenhouse gases. It is a natural treasure, a force of nature that quietly maintains the health of our world. For millions of years, the Amazon has performed this service, its ancient trees standing as silent sentinels, guardians of the planet's equilibrium. The story of the Amazon is inseparable from the story of its great river, a serpentine artery that nourishes the land and shapes the destiny of the forest. The Amazon River is a true giant, carrying more water than any other river on Earth. Its flow is so immense that it can be seen from space, a ribbon of life winding through the heart of the jungle. This is not a single river, but a labyrinth of thousands of tributaries and streams, weaving through the forest like veins through living tissue. Each channel supports its own unique ecosystem, a mosaic of habitats shaped by the ebb and flow of water. The river system is the lifeblood of the rainforest, sustaining thousands of species, from the elusive pink river dolphin to vast schools of fish and ancient reptiles. Every drop of water is alive with possibility. The river and the forest are inseparable, locked in a delicate dance of survival. The trees depend on the river's floods to nourish their roots, while the river relies on the forest to filter its waters and anchor its banks. To enter the Amazon is to step into another world, a realm where the ordinary rules of nature are rewritten. Here, the forest is both cathedral and labyrinth, its pathways shrouded in mystery and wonder. The atmosphere is alive with sound, a ceaseless symphony of insects, birds, and mammals. The calls of howler monkeys reverberate through the canopy, while the hum of cicadas and the croak of frogs create a living soundtrack. Day and night. The Amazon dazzles with color, flashes of scarlet and blue as macaws take flight, the electric hues of poison dart frogs, and the shimmering wings of butterflies. Every corner reveals a new marvel, a testament to nature's boundless creativity. Yet beneath this beauty lies a world of constant struggle. Here, life and death are decided in an instant. Predators and prey locked in an endless contest, each perfectly adapted to survive in this unforgiving environment. Every creature is part of a relentless drama, a daily test of endurance and ingenuity. In the shadows of the great green forest, survival is both an art and a necessity, each life a thread in the Amazon's intricate, ever-evolving tapestry. The Amazon rainforest is a living skyscraper, rising from the shadowy earth to the sunlit heights above. Each vertical layer forms a distinct world, stacked one atop the other, and each is home to its own remarkable cast of plants and animals. At the base lies the forest floor, a realm of perpetual twilight. Here only about 2% of sunlight filters through the dense canopy above, leaving the ground cool, moist, and shrouded in shadows. The air is thick with the scent of decay, as fallen leaves, branches, and fruit decompose rapidly in the humid heat. This constant decomposition creates a layer of nutrient-rich humus, vital for the forest's health. Fungi and bacteria break down organic matter, recycling nutrients back into the soil, while earthworms and beetles aerate the ground, making it fertile for new growth. The forest floor is alive with creatures adapted to its darkness. Jaguars, the apex predators here, move silently through the undergrowth, their spotted coats blending perfectly with the dappled light. Armadillos and anteaters forage for insects, while leafcutter ants march in endless columns, carrying pieces of leaves back to their underground nests. Rising above the floor is the understory, a dense tangle of young trees, shrubs, and climbing vines. Here, sunlight is scarce, and plants must compete fiercely for every available ray. Many species have evolved broad, dark green leaves to capture as much light as possible. The air in the understory is thick with humidity, and the ground is often cloaked in mist. Mosses and ferns thrive in the dampness, carpeting tree trunks and fallen logs. Epiphytes, plants that grow on other plants, cling to branches, drawing moisture from the air. This layer is a labyrinth for wildlife. Agoutis, small rodents, dart through the tangled vegetation, searching for fallen fruit. Ocelots and snakes hunt in silence, while frogs and insects fill the air with a constant chorus of clicks and chirps. The emerald tree boa coils motionless on a branch, its scales mimicking the dappled green of the leaves. Insects of every shape and color crawl and fly, pollinating flowers and serving as food for birds, bats, and reptiles. Every inch of the understory is contested. Vines climb toward the light, strangler figs wrap around host trees, and bromeliads collect rainwater in their leaf cups, creating miniature ponds for tadpoles and aquatic insects. Above this, the canopy forms a nearly unbroken ceiling of leaves and branches, 30 to 50 meters above the ground. This is the rainforest's engine room, where photosynthesis powers the entire ecosystem. The canopy captures almost all the sunlight, creating a vibrant, sun-drenched world. Here, leaves are smaller and tougher, adapted to the intense light and frequent rainfall. Lianas and vines snake between branches, connecting trees in a living network. The canopy teems with life. Squirrel monkeys leap from branch to branch, rarely descending to the ground. Scarlet macaws and toucans flash their brilliant colors as they feed on fruit and seeds, while sloths hang upside down, moving slowly among the leaves. Here, animals form complex relationships. Monkeys drop fruit which feeds ground dwellers below. Birds spread seeds far and wide, ensuring the forest's renewal. Insects pollinate flowers, while bats and birds help control insect populations. The canopy is a world apart, suspended high above the forest floor. Its dense foliage shields the layers below from sun and rain, creating the unique conditions that define each level of the rainforest. Towering above even the canopy are the emergent trees, the true giants of the Amazon. These colossal trees, like the Brazil nut and kapok, can reach heights of over 60 meters, their crowns rising above the green sea below. Exposed to fierce winds, blazing sun, and torrential rain, emergent trees are built for survival. Their thick trunks and deep roots anchor them against storms, while their leaves are tough and waxy to withstand the elements. These lofty perches are the domain of the harpy eagle, one of the world's most powerful raptors. Here, it builds massive nests and raises its young safe from most predators. From these heights, the harpy eagle surveys the endless green below, ever watchful for monkeys or sloths moving in the treetops. In this vertical kingdom, every layer is a stage for survival, adaptation, and the intricate dance of life that defines the Amazon rainforest. In the deep shadows of the Amazon, life is a relentless contest of survival, where every moment is a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. The rainforest is governed by apex predators, hunters whose instincts and abilities have been honed over millions of years, shaping the very fabric of this ecosystem. The jaguar, silent and unseen, is the undisputed king of this domain. As the largest feline in the Americas, the jaguar is a solitary hunter, moving with a stealth that renders it nearly invisible among the tangled roots and thick foliage. Its hunting strategy is one of patience and precision. With a bite force strong enough to pierce bone, the jaguar targets the skull or neck, delivering a swift, fatal blow. Jaguars are opportunistic, preying on deer and peccaries on the forest floor, and even swimming after caimans in the water. Their adaptability is unmatched, allowing them to exploit nearly every niche in the jungle. Yet, the rivers and flooded forests are just as perilous as the land. Here, the black caiman is the dominant aquatic predator, a master of ambush. Growing up to 6 meters in length, the black caiman is the largest predator in the Amazon basin, its immense size matched only by its patience. With dark, rugged skin, it blends seamlessly into the murky waters, lying motionless for hours, waiting for the slightest ripple that signals prey. When the moment comes, its jaws snap shut with explosive force, capable of crushing bone and dragging even large mammals beneath the surface. Sharing these waters is the green anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth and a formidable predator in its own right. The anaconda is a master of stealth, gliding silently through swamps and flooded forests. It relies on ambush, striking with lightning speed and coiling its muscular body around prey, suffocating it in a deadly embrace. But the Amazon's arsenal of predators is not limited to giants. Some of the most lethal hunters are small, almost invisible among the leaf litter. Poison dart frogs, with their dazzling colors, are a warning to all. Their vivid reds, blues, and yellows are not just for show. They signal the presence of potent toxins. This beauty is a survival tactic, a clear warning to would-be predators. The skin of these frogs secretes alkaloid poisons, capable of paralyzing or killing predators many times their size. Few animals dare to challenge them. Their bold colors and toxic skin allow them to move openly, a rare privilege in a world where most must hide. This strategy, known as aposematism, is a brilliant adaptation, advertising danger to avoid confrontation altogether. Even among insects, the struggle between predator and prey is fierce and unending. The Goliath bird-eater tarantula, the world's largest spider, stalks the forest floor with silent precision. Unlike web spinners, it relies on stealth and strength, emerging from its burrow to ambush unsuspecting prey. The tarantula waits motionless, sensing the faintest vibrations through the ground, then lunges forward, subduing birds, lizards, or small mammals with venomous fangs. Its venom immobilizes prey, while powerful jaws make quick work of the meal, recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. In this intricate web of life, every predator plays a vital role. Their hunting strategies and survival tactics maintain the delicate balance of the Amazon, ensuring that no single species dominates. Here, the dance between hunter and hunted is endless, shaping the diversity and resilience of the world's greatest rainforest. The Amazon River is not merely a body of water, it is the living artery of the rainforest, a force that shapes every aspect of life within its vast domain. Its currents pulse with energy, nourishing the land and dictating the fate of countless species. Stretching over 6,400 kilometers, the Amazon is the second longest river on Earth, yet it dwarfs all others in the sheer volume of water it delivers to the Atlantic, more than the next 7 largest rivers combined. Its mouth, a sprawling labyrinth of channels and islands, releases a plume of fresh water that can be detected hundreds of kilometers out to sea. Over 1,000 tributaries feed this colossal river, weaving a tangled web across the continent. Each tributary brings its own unique blend of minerals, sediments, and life, merging into a dynamic, ever-changing network that sustains the rainforest's extraordinary biodiversity. The Amazon's origins lie high in the Andes, where glacial melt and rainfall gather to form its headwaters. Millions of years ago, tectonic upheaval forced the river to reverse its course, carving a new path eastward and transforming the South American landscape. This ancient shift gave rise to the world's largest rainforest, a living legacy of geological change. The river is both architect and lifeblood, sculpting the land and providing the essential moisture that sustains the emerald expanse of the jungle. Its meandering channels create oxbow lakes, floodplains, and hidden lagoons, each a unique habitat teeming with life. The Amazon's influence is most profound in its seasonal rhythms. Each year, the river swells and contracts in a cycle as ancient as the forest itself, driven by the shifting balance of rainfall and drought. 2 distinct seasons dominate the region: the rainy season, when the skies unleash torrents of water, and the dry season, when the river retreats and the forest breathes in anticipation. From December to May, the rainy season transforms the landscape. Monsoon-like downpours saturate the soil, and the river responds, rising steadily as billions of liters of water pour into its basin. Water levels surge by up to 4 meters, inundating vast tracts of forest. Tributaries overflow, and the boundaries between land and river dissolve in a slow-motion flood that can last for months. The river bursts its banks, submerging millions of hectares beneath a shimmering expanse. Trees stand half-drowned, their trunks disappearing into the murky depths, while the canopy floats above a world transformed. This is the Vasia, the flooded forest. Here, aquatic life flourishes in the submerged undergrowth. Fish glide between tree roots, feeding on fallen fruit and seeds, while amphibians and reptiles exploit the new aquatic labyrinth. The annual flood is a catalyst for adaptation. Capybaras, river dolphins, and caimans navigate the watery maze, while birds nest above the rising tide. Every creature must adjust to the shifting boundaries of land and water. For many fish species, the flood is a signal to breed. The newly submerged forest offers shelter and abundant food, creating the perfect nursery for the next generation. Fish lay their eggs among the tangled branches and leaves, where the young can hide from predators and feast on the bounty of organic matter washed in by the flood. The giant otter, a master of these waters, thrives in the flooded forest. Social and intelligent, these predators use the seasonal abundance to teach their young to hunt and play. Working in coordinated family groups, giant otters corner fish among the submerged roots, their agility and teamwork unmatched in this aquatic world. The river's pulse orchestrates a symphony of abundance. As the waters rise, food becomes plentiful, and the forest teems with life, each species finely tuned to the rhythm of flood and ebb. When the rains subside and the dry season arrives, the river slowly retreats. Water drains from the forest, revealing mudflats and sandbanks, and the Vasia returns to solid ground. The receding waters leave behind a layer of nutrient-rich silt, fertilizing the forest floor and fueling a new burst of plant growth. The cycle of renewal continues, driven by the river's relentless motion. As the floodwaters vanish, animals converge on the shrinking pools and channels. Fish become trapped in isolated lagoons, and predators gather, drawn by the promise of an easy meal. The competition intensifies. Predators and prey are forced into close quarters, and every encounter is a test of survival, in the tightening grip of the dry season. Wading birds stalk the shallows, spearing stranded fish, while caimans lie in wait, their patience rewarded as the pools shrink and prey becomes concentrated. On exposed riverbanks, peccaries gather at mineral-rich clay licks, consuming the earth to supplement their diet. But these open spaces are perilous. Jaguars, masters of stealth, prowl the edges, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The Amazon's rise and fall is the heartbeat of the rainforest. Its rhythms shape the land, dictate the lives of its inhabitants, and sustain one of the most complex and vibrant ecosystems on Earth. In the relentless struggle for survival that defines the Amazon, it's easy to imagine a world ruled by conflict and competition. Yet beneath the emerald canopy, a different story unfolds, one of remarkable alliances and intricate partnerships, where the boundaries between species blur in the pursuit of mutual benefit. Here, the rainforest is a living laboratory of symbiosis and mutualism, where animals, insects, and even plants have evolved to depend on one another in ways both subtle and spectacular. These relationships are not mere curiosities. They are essential to the survival of countless species, shaping the very fabric of life in the jungle. Consider the delicate partnership between butterflies and river turtles. In a world where resources are scarce, turtles often struggle to obtain enough salt, a mineral vital for their health. The solution is as unexpected as it is ingenious. Butterflies, drawn by the promise of salt, gently alight on the turtles' heads, sipping their tears with delicate proboscises. This exchange is a perfect example of mutualism. The butterfly receives precious sodium, while the turtle enjoys a gentle cleaning around its sensitive eyes. Such moments of cooperation are fleeting, yet they reveal the intricate dependencies that sustain life here. Deep beneath the forest floor, another alliance thrives in the darkness, the leafcutter ants and their cultivated fungus. These ants are tireless farmers, carving out vast subterranean cities and marching in endless lines, each ant bearing a fragment of leaf many times its own weight. But the leaves are not for eating. Instead, they are the raw material for a sophisticated agricultural system. The ants meticulously chew the leaves into a pulp, creating the perfect substrate for a unique fungus to flourish. This fungus, cultivated with care, is the ant's sole food source. In return, the fungus depends entirely on the ants for propagation and protection. It's a partnership that predates human agriculture by millions of years. A testament to the ingenuity of evolution, the colony thrives only as long as this delicate balance is maintained, each partner utterly reliant on the other. In the Amazon, even the slowest creatures have found ways to benefit from unlikely alliances. The three-toed sloth, famous for its languid pace, spends nearly its entire life suspended from the treetops. Its long, shaggy fur is more than just insulation. It's a thriving microhabitat. Within this living coat, colonies of algae and tiny moths coexist, each playing a vital role in the sloth's survival. The moths lay their eggs in the sloth's dung, and their larvae feed on it, while the adult moths live their entire lives nestled in the sloth's fur. The algae, nourished by the moth's waste, tints the sloth's fur green, providing camouflage from sharp-eyed predators like the harpy eagle. In this miniature ecosystem, each organism supports the other, blurring the line between individual and community. In the shadowy recesses of Amazonian caves, vampire bats reveal a different kind of cooperation, one rooted in social bonds and survival. These nocturnal mammals are infamous for their diet, but their social structure is among the most sophisticated in the animal kingdom. After a night of feeding, not every bat returns with a meal. For those who fail, the consequences can be dire. Starvation looms after just 2 nights without blood. But here, kinship and reciprocity take center stage. Bats that have fed will regurgitate blood to nourish their less fortunate roost mates, ensuring the survival of the entire colony. This act of sharing is not random. It is remembered and reciprocated, forging bonds that can last a lifetime. In the Amazon, survival is rarely a solitary endeavor. From the forest floor to the highest canopy, and even in the darkness of caves, life here is defined by extraordinary partnerships. Each one a testament to the power of cooperation in a world where every advantage counts. The Amazon rainforest, stretching across millions of square kilometers, does not follow the familiar rhythm of 4 seasons. Here the passage of time is marked by the ebb and flow of water, not by the turning of leaves or the chill of frost. Instead, the Amazon's year is split into 2 dominant phases, the rainy season and the dry season. Each is defined by the presence or absence of water, shaping every aspect of life beneath the canopy. The rainy season, lasting from December to May, brings relentless downpours. Torrents of rain fall daily, saturating the earth and swelling the mighty rivers until they spill over their banks, flooding vast tracts of forest. During these months, the forest transforms into a labyrinth of waterways. The air is thick with humidity, and the forest floor vanishes beneath several meters of water, creating a temporary aquatic world. For terrestrial animals, the rising floodwaters mean a race for survival. Capybaras, anteaters, and countless others must seek higher ground, navigating a landscape that changes by the hour. Yet for aquatic life, the flooded forest known as the Varzea becomes a realm of abundance. Fish like the colossal arapaima glide among the submerged trees, exploiting new feeding grounds and spawning in the nutrient-rich waters. As the rains subside around July, the rivers slowly retreat, revealing the forest floor once more. The dry season begins, and the Amazon undergoes another dramatic transformation. Sunlight now pours through the canopy, and the receding waters leave behind a thick layer of silt. This natural fertilizer rejuvenates the soil, setting the stage for a burst of new growth. Plants respond to the changing conditions with a spectacular display. Trees and shrubs burst into flower, filling the air with sweet fragrances. Fruits ripen in abundance, attracting monkeys, toucans, and a host of other fruit-eating animals to the canopy's feast. For birds like the vibrant macaws, the dry season is the ideal time to nest. They seek out hollows in ancient trees, raising their chicks when food is most plentiful and the risk of flooding is low. As the rivers shrink, isolated pools and lagoons become traps for fish. These shrinking waterholes concentrate prey, drawing predators and scavengers from across the forest. Egrets and herons gather in great numbers, feasting on stranded fish, while caimans lurk beneath the surface, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. On land, herds of animals are drawn to the exposed riverbanks, especially to the mineral-rich clay licks known as colpas. Macaws, tapirs, and peccaries gather at these sites to consume the clay, which neutralizes toxins from their plant-based diets. But these gatherings do not go unnoticed. Predators like the elusive jaguar prowl the edges, turning these vital oases into arenas of risk and reward. In the Amazon, the cycle of rain and sun is more than a change in weather. It is the heartbeat of the forest. Every creature, every plant is tuned to this ancient rhythm, surviving and thriving in a world where water is both a giver and taker of life. The Amazon rainforest is a living tapestry, woven from an astonishing diversity of plants and trees. This green world is the foundation of all life here, shaping the climate, the soil, and the very air itself. With nearly 400 billion individual trees representing over 16,000 species, the Amazon's botanical richness is unrivaled on Earth. Each tree is a pillar in the vast cathedral of the forest, supporting a complex web of life. These towering giants, like the mighty kapok and Brazil nut trees, rise above the canopy, some reaching heights of over 60 meters. Their immense trunks store water and nutrients, while their branches form highways for countless creatures. The forest is structured in distinct layers: the dark, humid forest floor, the understory thick with shrubs and saplings, the mid-canopy bustling with life, and the sun-drenched emergent layer. Each stratum hosts its own unique community of plants and animals, all interconnected. A single tree can be home to hundreds of species. Vines spiral upward, ferns and mosses cling to bark, and fungi decompose fallen wood, recycling nutrients back into the ecosystem. Without this dense, interlocking network of trees, the Amazon would collapse. The trees regulate rainfall, stabilize the soil, and generate much of the region's oxygen. Sunlight is the most precious resource. In the perpetual twilight of the forest floor, plants compete fiercely for every stray beam. Some grow rapidly, racing skyward, while others adapt to thrive in the shadows. The kapok tree, for example, grows at astonishing speed, its straight trunk launching it through the canopy to bask in the sun, where it can spread its leaves wide and capture the energy needed for growth. In the dim understory, broad-leaf plants like philodendrons and calatheas have evolved to maximize photosynthesis, their leaves acting as solar panels to absorb even the faintest light. Many plants have abandoned the ground entirely. Orchids and bromeliads perch high in the branches, where they can access more sunlight and avoid competition below. These epiphytes do not harm their hosts. Instead, they use the trees as platforms, anchoring themselves with specialized roots that absorb moisture from the humid air and collect nutrients from falling debris. Their roots grip the rough bark, forming miniature gardens in the treetops, where frogs, insects, and even small mammals find shelter and water. Far from passive, Amazonian plants are dynamic actors. Some move in response to sunlight, while others form intricate partnerships with animals, exchanging food for pollination or seed dispersal. To survive, many plants have evolved formidable defenses. Thick, waxy leaves resist insect bites, while spines and tough fibers deter larger herbivores. The strychnose vine, for instance, produces potent alkaloids in its tissues, making it toxic to most animals that dare to sample its leaves. Other species, like the spiny palms and acacias, bristle with thorns, forming living barricades against hungry mouths. The rubber tree's milky latex is a sticky, defensive secretion that seals wounds and gums up the jaws of insects, protecting the tree from further attack. This latex, while a defense against natural threats, has also shaped the fate of the forest, as its value drew the attention of the outside world and altered the Amazon's history. Reproduction in the rainforest is a marvel of adaptation. Seeds come in every shape and size, each with a unique strategy for dispersal. Some float on water, others glide on the wind, and many hitch rides with animals. The Amazon's flowers are masterpieces of evolution, their vivid colors and alluring scents tailored to attract specific pollinators: bees, butterflies, bats, and hummingbirds, each playing a vital role in the forest's renewal. Once pollinated, these plants produce fruits bursting with nutrients, irresistible to the forest's fruit-eating animals, who become unwitting agents of seed dispersal. A toucan, for example, may gulp down a fruit and later deposit the seed far from the parent tree, complete with a natural dose of fertilizer, giving the next generation a head start. In this endless cycle, animals act as gardeners, spreading seeds across the forest floor. New seedlings sprout, old giants fall, and the rainforest renews itself. An intricate, perpetual dance of life, adaptation, and survival, all orchestrated by the plants and trees of the Amazon. The Amazon rainforest, a living tapestry of green that has flourished for millions of years, now faces a convergence of threats more severe than ever before. The most immediate and visible danger is deforestation, which relentlessly carves away at the forest's edge, fragmenting habitats and disrupting the intricate web of life. Each year, vast swathes of ancient trees are felled, leaving behind barren scars where once a thriving ecosystem stood. Bulldozers and fires clear the land for cattle pastures, monoculture crops, and mineral extraction, replacing biodiversity with monocultures and exposed earth. Satellite imagery reveals the relentless pace of this destruction. Over the past half-century, More than a fifth of the Amazon's original expanse has vanished, an area surpassing the size of France. Scientists warn that if current trends persist, nearly half of the Amazon could be lost by 2050, with consequences that extend far beyond the forest itself. The aftermath is stark: scorched earth, fallen giants, and a once vibrant ecosystem reduced to silence and ash. As trees are felled and burned, centuries of stored carbon are released in an instant, fueling the global climate crisis and accelerating planetary warming. The Amazon's decline is both a symptom and a driver of climate change, as rising temperatures and shifting rainfall patterns threaten the forest's very survival. Prolonged droughts and intense dry seasons parch riverbeds and wither foliage, leaving the forest increasingly vulnerable to catastrophic fires. Once rare wildfires now rage unchecked, consuming millions of hectares and forcing wildlife to flee as flames devour their homes. The forest, often called the lungs of the earth, now struggles to breathe beneath a haze of smoke and loss. As habitats vanish, countless creatures, jaguars, monkeys, birds, and insects, are left stranded, their intricate relationships shattered. The Amazon is home to an estimated 10% of all known species, yet deforestation and habitat loss are pushing many toward extinction at an alarming rate. Every day, unique plants, insects, and animals disappear, some before science has even recorded their existence. Despite these losses, the Amazon continues to yield new discoveries, with hundreds of species identified each year, underscoring the vast unknowns that remain. Yet the window for discovery is closing rapidly as destruction outpaces exploration and documentation. Each lost species is a page torn from the book of life, its secrets and potential benefits gone forever. Compounding these threats, invasive species, plants, insects, and fungi are spreading through disturbed areas, outcompeting native life and altering the forest's delicate balance. Aggressive invaders, such as fire ants and non-native vines, disrupt food webs and crowd out endemic species, further destabilizing the ecosystem. Pathogens and diseases, often introduced by invasive organisms, weaken trees and make the forest more susceptible to further damage and collapse. As the forest fragments, isolated populations of plants and animals face genetic bottlenecks, reducing their resilience to disease and environmental change. The silence that follows is profound, a once thriving world diminished, its future uncertain as threats multiply and resilience wanes. As dawn breaks over the endless emerald expanse, the Amazon breathes life into the world. Its rivers wind through a living tapestry, nourishing a realm of astonishing diversity. Yet, beneath the mist, scars of deforestation and degradation are visible, reminders of the immense challenges this ecosystem faces. Across the Amazon, a silent but determined effort unfolds. Scientists meticulously gather data, monitoring the health of the forest and its inhabitants. Restoration teams plant native saplings, nurturing new life where the canopy once stood. Advanced satellite technology scans the forest in real time, detecting illegal clearings and enabling rapid intervention. Protected reserves and national parks offer sanctuaries where wildlife can flourish undisturbed. In areas once stripped bare, the slow return of trees brings back shade, moisture, and the intricate web of life. Each new sapling is a promise, a step toward restoring the balance that sustains the Amazon's extraordinary biodiversity. Around the globe, the ripple effects of conservation are felt in the choices made far from the forest. Sustainable products certified to protect the Amazon help reduce the demand for destructive practices. Donations and support for conservation initiatives empower those working on the front lines, fueling projects that restore habitats and safeguard wildlife. Restoration is a patient process. Teams carefully select native species, planting them in patterns that mimic the natural forest. Over time, these efforts rebuild the complex layers of vegetation, providing shelter and food for countless creatures. The return of birds, insects, and mammals signals the slow healing of the land. Deep within the forest, generations of wisdom guide sustainable stewardship. Traditional knowledge, passed down through centuries, shapes practices that maintain the delicate balance between use and preservation. Wildlife monitoring ensures that populations remain healthy and that the forest's intricate relationships endure. Where the forest is managed with care, the difference is striking. Lush, unbroken canopies stand in stark contrast to barren, cleared land. Legal recognition of stewardship rights strengthens protection, ensuring that vast tracts of rainforest remain intact and resilient. The guardianship of the Amazon is a continuous, vigilant presence. Patrols traverse the dense undergrowth, watching for signs of encroachment and ensuring that the forest's boundaries are respected. Their efforts are vital to the survival of this ecosystem. Collaboration is key. Conservationists, scientists, and local stewards unite their expertise, sharing knowledge and resources to amplify the impact of their work. Together, they form a network of hope, weaving a safety net for the Amazon's future. The path forward is clear: restoration, protection, and respect for the natural world. Every action, from planting a single tree to supporting sustainable markets, contributes to the healing of the Amazon. The Amazon's resilience is profound. With time, care, and unwavering commitment, this ancient forest can recover. Its rivers will flow clear, its canopy will thicken, and its wildlife will thrive once more. In the golden light of a new day, hope endures. The Amazon's story is not one of loss, but of possibility, a testament to nature's power to heal and to our responsibility to protect it for generations yet to come. As the sun dips behind the dense horizon, the Amazon transforms. The emerald canopy fades into a tapestry of deep blues and inky blacks. Nightfall brings a hush, but beneath the silence, a hidden world awakens. In the velvet darkness, the forest comes alive with creatures uniquely adapted to the nocturnal realm. A pair of gleaming eyes peers from a branch. An ocelot, its spotted coat dappled by moonlight, slips soundlessly between the shadows. Its keen night vision and acute hearing make it an expert hunter, stalking unsuspecting prey along silent trails. High above, a spectral owl glides on silent wings. Specialized feathers muffle every beat, allowing it to swoop undetected onto branches where insects and small mammals gather. Its round, forward-facing eyes pierce the darkness, while its head swivels effortlessly, scanning for the faintest rustle. Beneath the leaves, a chorus begins. Tree frogs, vibrant and jewel-like, cling to slick surfaces, their calls weaving a symphony that echoes through the night air. Some sport translucent skin, revealing their beating hearts, a natural camouflage against predators that prowl the undergrowth. On the forest floor, the armadillo emerges, armored and cautious. Its sensitive nose sniffs out insects and fallen fruit, guided by scent rather than sight. Nearby, a tapir, shy and rarely seen by day, moves with surprising grace, its flexible snout searching for tender shoots. In the still waters, caimans patrol, their eyes reflecting the faintest glimmers of starlight. Electric eels ripple through the shallows, detecting movement with a sixth sense, the ability to generate and sense electric fields. This adaptation turns the darkness into a map, guiding them to prey invisible to the naked eye. Bioluminescent fungi glow softly along decaying logs, lighting pathways for beetles and moths. These tiny creatures, drawn by the light, play their part in the endless cycle of pollination and decay. Night is also a time for subtle alliances. Bats, with wingspans that cut through the humid air, flit from flower to flower, sipping nectar and spreading pollen. Their echoing calls, inaudible to human ears, chart a three-dimensional map of their world, avoiding branches and pinpointing ripe fruit. Every movement is calculated, every sense attuned to the rhythms of darkness. In the Amazon at night, survival depends on adaptation, camouflage, heightened senses, and silent communication. As the hours pass, the nocturnal dance continues, a delicate balance of predator and prey, hunter and hunted. The forest breathes in the cool night air, its mysteries unfolding far from human eyes. When the first hints of dawn touch the treetops, the night's performers retreat. The Amazon's nocturnal life vanishes with the mist, leaving only subtle traces, a feather, a paw print, a fading echo, until darkness falls again, and the hidden world returns. Beneath the towering trees and tangled vines, another world thrives, a realm ruled by the smallest of architects' insects. Often overlooked, these minute creatures are the silent lifeblood of the Amazon, orchestrating the cycles that sustain the forest's immense diversity. As dawn seeps into the undergrowth, leafcutter ants begin their relentless march. Each ant, carrying a fragment of leaf many times its own weight, joins a living conveyor belt stretching deep into the shadows. Their destination, vast underground chambers where the leaves become fertilizer for a crop of cultivated fungus. This partnership, millions of years in the making, turns simple foliage into a food source, recycling nutrients and aerating the soil. Nearby, bullet ants patrol the forest floor. Renowned for their formidable sting, they are also vigilant defenders of their colonies, shaping the balance of power among other insects and small predators. Their presence deters would-be invaders, maintaining order in the bustling microcosm below the canopy. High above, orchid bees shimmer with metallic hues as they flit between blossoms. With each visit, they collect not only nectar but also intricate scents used to attract mates. In the process, they pollinate rare orchids and countless other plants, ensuring the next generation of Amazonian flora. Termites, hidden within towering mud mounds, break down dead wood and fallen branches. Their tireless work transforms decay into fertile earth, releasing nutrients essential for new growth. Termite tunnels also shape the landscape itself, channeling rainwater and preventing erosion during the wet season. On sunlit leaves, jewel-like butterflies and moths unfurl their patterned wings. Some species mimic the eyes of predators, deterring would-be attackers. Others, with transparent or camouflaged wings, vanish against the foliage. As adults, they pollinate flowers. As caterpillars, they become food for birds and amphibians, linking every level of the food web. Deep in the shadows, assassin bugs lie in wait, perfectly camouflaged among the leaf litter. With lightning precision, they hunt other insects, keeping populations in check and preventing outbreaks that could devastate the forest. Hovering near stagnant pools, dragonflies and damselflies dart with unmatched agility. Their larvae, aquatic and voracious, prey on mosquito larvae, quietly controlling the spread of disease and maintaining the delicate balance of aquatic life. Even the humble dung beetle plays a crucial role. Rolling and burying animal droppings, they enrich the soil and disperse seeds, quietly shaping the future of the forest with every laborious journey. In the Amazon, every insect, from the tiniest ant to the iridescent butterfly, is a master of its craft. Their unique behaviors and specialized roles weave an invisible safety net beneath the forest giants. Without them, the Amazon's web of life would unravel, proving that in this vast green world the smallest engineers are often the most essential. In the shifting mosaic of the Amazon, where water and land intermingle, another caste of quiet survivors emerges, amphibians and reptiles. These ancient lineages, sculpted by millennia of evolution, embody the art of adaptation. As the morning mist clings to emerald leaves, a poison dart frog reveals its dazzling skin, vivid blues, yellows and reds. This tiny amphibian's bold colors are a warning potent toxins lurk within. Predators learn quickly to steer clear, granting these frogs a rare security in the perilous jungle. Yet their survival depends on more than just color. Poison dart frogs nurture their tadpoles in the smallest pools, sometimes cradled within curled leaves high above the forest floor, safe from hungry fish and larger predators below. In the cool shade beside a black water stream, a giant Amazonian river turtle slides silently into the water. With powerful limbs and a streamlined shell, It glides among submerged roots and tangled branches. During the dry season, females crawl onto sandy banks to lay eggs, burying them deep to shield from scavengers in the searing sun. When the rains return, hatchlings burst free, racing to the water's edge, each one a fragile promise for the future. Hidden among the leaf litter, a fer-de-lance snake waits in perfect stillness, its cryptic pattern blending seamlessly with the forest floor. With a sudden strike, it captures a passing rodent, using heat-sensing pits to hunt in near-total darkness. Not all snakes seek prey in the shadows. Emerald tree boas coil among the branches, their vibrant green scales dappled with white, perfectly camouflaged in the canopy. They hang motionless, waiting for unsuspecting birds or small mammals to come within striking distance. The Amazon's rivers and flooded forests are home to the legendary black caiman, a silent sentinel of the waterways. With armored skin and powerful jaws, this apex predator controls fish and mammal populations, shaping the aquatic ecosystem. Nearby, iguanas bask on sunlit branches, absorbing warmth before plunging into the water to escape danger, their strong tails propelling them to safety. Amphibians and reptiles are more than survivors. They are ecological gatekeepers. Frogs and toads consume vast numbers of insects, controlling populations that might otherwise overwhelm the forest. Lizards and snakes form vital links in the food web, both as hunters and as prey for larger predators. Turtles and caimans maintain the balance in rivers and lakes, their presence a sign of healthy waters. Through camouflage, venom, armor, and agility, these masters of adaptation endure in a world of constant change. Their silent struggles and ingenious strategies ensure that the Amazon remains a cradle of biodiversity, where every ripple, rustle, and splash is a testament to life's resilience. Above the tangled green canopy, the Amazon's most vibrant inhabitants take to the air, the birds. With more than 1,300 species, this rainforest is a living aviary, where every branch and shadow could reveal a flash of color or a hidden nest. As dawn breaks, a symphony begins. Piercing whistles, melodic trills, and the raucous calls of macaws echo through the mist. Scarlet macaws glide in pairs, their crimson, yellow, and blue feathers blazing against the emerald backdrop. These lifelong partners crack open tough nuts and seeds with powerful beaks, playing a crucial role as seed dispersers, ensuring the next generation of trees. Nearby, a flock of dusky-headed parakeets swirls through the air, their synchronized flight a defense against hawks lurking above. High in the treetops, the harpy eagle reigns supreme, with talons as large as a grizzly bear's claws and piercing eyes. It is the undisputed apex predator of the skies. Silently, it weaves between branches, hunting monkeys and sloths with precision. Its massive wings are uniquely adapted for maneuvering in dense forest, trading speed for agility in the tangled heights. In the dappled light below, a tiny hummingbird hovers, its wings beating up to 80 times a second. Iridescent feathers shimmer as it sips nectar from a bromeliad bloom, pollinating flowers across the forest. Each species of hummingbird is uniquely matched to certain flowers, their slender bills and tongues evolving to reach hidden nectar reservoirs. The Amazon's waterways are alive with birds too. The hoatzin, a living relic, perches on riverbank branches. Its chicks, when threatened, leap into the water, using clawed wings to scramble back to safety, a glimpse into ancient avian evolution. In the shallows, sunbitters and jacamars stalk insects, their cryptic plumage blending seamlessly with river reeds. As day fades, the forest's nocturnal chorus awakens. Owls, with silent wings and keen hearing, glide through the darkness, hunting for rodents and insects. The haunting call of a potu echoes, its wide mouth perfectly adapted for catching moths on the wing. Every bird in the Amazon is a specialist, shaped by countless generations of adaptation. Their beaks, wings, and calls are each a solution to the challenges of survival. whether it's finding food, escaping predators, or attracting a mate. Together they weave the rainforest's living tapestry, their presence a sign of the forest's enduring vitality. In the Amazon, the sky is never empty. From the forest floor to the highest canopy, birds are messengers of abundance, resilience, and beauty, each flight a celebration of life's astonishing diversity. Beneath the riot of color and motion, deep within the shadows of the Amazon, lies a world largely unseen, a living web woven by fungi and microorganisms. Invisible to the naked eye, yet essential to every layer of rainforest life, these silent engineers fuel the cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. On the forest floor, mushrooms erupt overnight, brilliant orange cups, delicate parasols, and ghostly white corals. Each is the fruiting body of a vast fungal network, stretching for meters beneath the leaf litter. Mycelium, a branching lattice of microscopic threads, weaves through soil and roots, breaking down dead wood and fallen leaves. This silent decomposition releases vital nutrients, feeding plants and trees and making the rainforest one of the most productive ecosystems on Earth. Some fungi form intimate partnerships with roots, creating mycorrhizal networks. Through these underground highways, trees share water, minerals, and even warning signals, a hidden communication system that helps the forest survive droughts, disease, and attack. In return, the fungi receive sugars produced by their plant partners through photosynthesis, a perfect exchange honed over millions of years. But not all fungi are partners. Some are predators. Cordyceps fungi, for example, target insects with surgical precision. Spores land on an unsuspecting ant, infiltrate its body, and take control of its mind. Compelled to climb, the ant anchors itself high above the ground before the fungus bursts forth, scattering new spores to begin the cycle again. These microscopic dramas silently shape insect populations, maintaining balance in the forest. Hidden in every drop of river water and speck of soil, countless bacteria and protozoa work tirelessly. They digest organic matter, recycle nutrients, and even help plants fix nitrogen, an essential element for growth. Some bacteria form dazzling colonies on submerged wood, creating glowing patterns in the inky waters at night. Others break down toxins, purifying the water and air, ensuring the health of the entire ecosystem. Together, fungi and microorganisms are the rainforest's unseen architects. They connect the living to the dead, the roots to the canopy, and the present to an ancient, continuous cycle of life. Without them, the Amazon's towering trees and dazzling diversity could not exist. In the silent darkness below, an invisible world pulses, complex, ancient, and vital. The rainforest's greatest secrets are not always seen, but they are always at work, holding the Amazon together, one microscopic thread at a time. In the heart of the Amazon, life is not a straight line, but a circle, an endless rhythm of renewal and transformation. Every living thing, from the tallest ceiba tree to the tiniest leaf-cutter ant, is part of a grand, interconnected cycle that sustains the rainforest's vibrant tapestry. It begins on the forest floor, where fallen leaves, broken branches, and ancient trees come to rest. Here, the process of decomposition takes center stage. Fungi, bacteria, and a legion of tiny invertebrates break down organic matter, releasing a cascade of nutrients into the soil. This invisible alchemy transforms death into life, as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are returned to the earth, ready to nourish the next generation of plants. The roots of saplings eagerly draw in these nutrients, fueling rapid growth in the dappled sunlight. Lianas and vines climb skyward, racing towards the canopy, while epiphytes, plants that live on the branches of others, capture moisture and minerals from the humid air. In this competition for light and resources, every inch of space is claimed, every opportunity seized. As trees mature, their vast canopies intercept rain, slowing its descent and protecting the delicate soil below. When storms sweep across the forest, the canopy's embrace softens the downpour, allowing water to seep gently into the ground. This careful choreography prevents erosion, preserves the soil's precious nutrients, and maintains the delicate balance required for regeneration. Yet in the Amazon, change is constant. Old giants collapse, creating gaps in the leafy ceiling. Sunlight floods the darkness, awakening dormant seeds and sparking explosions of growth. Pioneer species, fast-growing plants adapted to disturbance, rush in, stabilizing the soil and setting the stage for a new wave of diversity. Over time, these pioneers give way to slower-growing, shade-loving trees, and the cycle begins anew. Throughout it all, animals play their part. Monkeys scatter seeds as they feed, birds disperse fruits far and wide, and insects aerate the soil with their tunnels. Each creature, in its own way, propels the cycles of decomposition and regeneration, ensuring that the rainforest remains a living mosaic of constant change. This unending dance of decay and renewal is the secret to the Amazon's resilience. It is a system built on transformation, where nothing is wasted and every ending is a new beginning. In the pulse of these natural cycles, the Amazon breathes, eternally alive, forever renewing itself. Beneath the emerald canopy, hidden in shadowed pools and misty groves, dwell the rarest of the Amazon's inhabitants, creatures whose very existence teeters on the edge. These elusive guardians are the living jewels of the rainforest, each adapted to a world few have ever seen. In the flooded forests, the Amazon river dolphin glides through murky waters, its pink skin shimmering like a secret. With echolocation clicks, it navigates submerged trees and tangled roots, hunting for fish among the labyrinth of drowned branches. Its survival depends on the health of these riparian corridors, fragile oases that vanish with each season's flood and retreat. High in the canopy, the golden lion tamarin leaps from branch to branch, its fiery mane a rare burst of color against the endless green. These social primates carve out their lives in patches of untouched forest, where fruiting trees and dense foliage offer shelter from predators. Their home is a shrinking island, isolated by rivers and encroaching clearings, forcing each family to adapt or vanish forever. Deep in the undergrowth, the harlequin toad, once thought extinct, clings to mossy stones beside crystal-clear streams. Its jewel-bright skin warns of toxic defenses, but no armor protects it from the relentless march of disease and habitat loss. Each breeding season, a delicate symphony unfolds, eggs laid among pebbles, tadpoles swept downstream, and a new generation's fate balanced on a single rainy night. In the twilight, a jaguar stalks the riverbank, its rosette-marked coat blending with the dappled shadows. Apex predator and silent sentinel, it shapes the rhythms of the forest below. The jaguar's domain stretches for miles, crossing rivers and ridges, linking the fates of countless species. As its territory fragments, the balance it maintains grows ever more precarious. Amidst this tapestry, conservation is woven through the forest itself, living barriers of new growth, corridors that reconnect lost habitats, and secret refuges where rare orchids bloom and poison dart frogs sing. Nature's resilience is matched only by its vulnerability. Here, every rare species is a story of adaptation and hope, each habitat a sanctuary shaped by water, light, and time, and every conservation effort a silent promise to the Amazon's most endangered, that their place in this ancient kingdom will endure as long as the forest breathes. The Amazon's rare and endangered species are not just survivors. They are the beating heart of its wildest places, living proof of nature's boundless creativity and fragile strength. As dawn breaks over the Amazon, a delicate veil of mist unfurls above the treetops. This is the forest's breath, an ever-shifting tapestry of fog, spun by the meeting of cool night air and the lingering warmth of yesterday's sun. In the early hours, the canopy disappears beneath a rolling sea of white, each droplet nourishing mosses, orchids, and epiphytes clinging to ancient branches. By midday, the sun's relentless energy transforms the air. Heat rises in shimmering waves, drawing moisture from every living surface. Invisible currents swirl, creating pockets of warmth and coolness, microclimates that shape the destinies of plants and animals alike. In the shadowy undergrowth, dampness lingers, providing sanctuary for frogs and fungi, while high above, sun-drenched leaves gather the energy needed for growth. Suddenly, the sky darkens. Clouds, swollen by the river's endless evaporation, gather into thunderheads. The air is charged, thick with anticipation. Lightning forks across the sky, illuminating the forest in stark electric flashes. Thunder rolls for miles, sending flocks of parrots wheeling above the canopy. Then the rain begins, first as a whisper, then as a roar. Sheets of water cascade down, drumming on leaves and feeding streams that carve secret paths through the soil. Beneath the storm, life adapts. Leafcutter ants shelter in their tunnels, while caimans slip beneath the water's surface. Bromeliads collect rain in their cupped leaves, creating miniature worlds for aquatic insects and dart frog tadpoles. The deluge reshapes the forest floor, nourishing roots and washing away the old to make way for the new. As quickly as it began, the rain subsides. Sunbeams pierce the thinning clouds, igniting rainbows in the lingering mist. The forest exhales, steam rising from every surface, a cycle of renewal, repeated day after day, season after season. In the Amazon, weather is not just background, it is the architect of life's diversity. Storms sculpt the landscape, fog creates hidden realms, and microclimates nurture rare and wondrous forms. Here the elements are ever present, shaping the rhythms of survival in the world's greatest rainforest. Long before the first leaf unfurled beneath the Amazon sun, the land itself was in motion, a slow, relentless dance shaping the heart of South America. Beneath the forest's living tapestry lies a foundation millions of years in the making, ancient rock, pressed and folded by the planet's restless crust. Hundreds of millions of years ago, the Amazon was a vast inland sea. Tectonic plates collided and drifted, raising mountains where none had stood. The birth of the Andes to the west was a turning point, a monumental upheaval that would one day give rise to the Amazon River itself. As the mountains rose, they diverted the flow of water, reversing ancient currents and carving new pathways across the land. Rivers once flowed westward, but the Andes' towering presence forced their retreat. Over countless millennia, water began its eastward journey, slicing through rock, carrying silt and nutrients, and sculpting the largest drainage basin on Earth. The Amazon River, now a winding, pulsing artery, emerged, twisting through a landscape of shifting sandbanks, oxbow lakes, and floodplains. Season after season, the river's power reshapes its own course. Islands are born and vanish overnight. Fallen trees become rafts for seeds, carried far from their origins. Sediments settle and build, creating fertile soils that feed the forest's endless appetite for growth. Beneath the surface, ancient aquifers and underground streams weave secret networks, sustaining life during the driest months. Erosion sculpts steep bluffs and gentle hills, exposing veins of minerals and leaving behind mysterious rock formations, silent witnesses to epochs long past. Even today, the Amazon's landscape is alive with change. Landslides, floods, and shifting channels create a mosaic of habitats, from sprawling wetlands to dense terra firma forests. Each twist of the river, each rise and fall of the land, writes a new chapter in the forest's ongoing story. Here, the Amazon's true age is written not in the rings of trees, but in the layers of earth and water beneath them. The land remembers, carrying the marks of ancient seas, vanished mountains, and the ceaseless patient work of the river. In this ever-evolving world, the past shapes the present, and the landscape itself is a living, breathing force. Beyond the layers of ancient earth and restless rivers, the Amazon's future is being quietly written, not by human hands, but by the relentless march of discovery and the silent promise of innovation. As the world's largest rainforest stands at the crossroads of change, its fate is now intertwined with the tools of science and the power of technology. Invisible to the eye, satellites sweep across the sky, capturing every shift in canopy and every pulse of green. High above, constellations of sensors track the forest's breath, the delicate exchange of carbon, oxygen, and moisture that ripples out to shape weather patterns across continents. The Amazon's every heartbeat is mapped and measured, its hidden flows and secret clearings revealed in streams of data. Deep within the forest, automated listening posts record the symphony of life, the low rumble of distant thunder, the flutter of wings, the chorus of frogs at dusk. Artificial intelligence sorts through these sounds, identifying elusive species and tracking their migrations through the tangled green. Drones glide silently overhead, their cameras peering into the shadows, monitoring the growth of saplings and the advance of new clearings. In the soil, sensors detect changes invisible to the naked eye, measuring moisture, nutrients, and the underground networks of fungi that link trees in silent communication. These living circuits warn of drought, disease, and imbalance, sending silent signals across a web of roots. The discoveries ripple outward. Genetic studies reveal trees and creatures more ancient and resilient than once imagined. Species with secrets to surviving flood, fire, and famine. The Amazon, it turns out, holds answers to challenges faced far beyond its borders. Medicines, climate stability, and genetic diversity that could reshape the world's future. On distant shores, the Amazon's data feeds global models, shaping predictions of rainfall in distant fields, the timing of monsoons, and the very air that circles the planet. The forest's fate becomes a thread woven through the tapestry of life everywhere, a living system whose health sustains the world. Yet, for all the technology and science, the forest's future remains unwritten. Its survival will depend on the resilience encoded in its DNA, the strength of its cycles, and the enduring mysteries yet to be revealed. In the quiet spaces between roots and stars, the Amazon stands as both ancient memory and living promise, a testament to nature's power and a beacon for the planet's tomorrow.